So when I was 27 years old, I was living in LA. I wanted to be a filmmaker. I was mostly unemployed, and I was also lonely. And but what I did have was a dog, and I walked my dog a lot. And I walked her, Bella, through Runyon Canyon, which is an off-leash dog park in LA. And that's where I met Roberto. And Roberto was not of the industry, you could tell, because he was disheveled and kind of intellectual looking. And I learned that he was French and a journalist, and it took him exactly 2 seconds to totally seduce me. And that's when he told me, oh, by the way, I live with somebody. And I'm like, what? Are you married? And he said, oh, no. I mean, no, she's crazy. She's crazy. I sleep on the couch. You know, I'm more like a nurse. And I'm like, oh, a nurse. Okay, so we start to see each other. And it's actually kind of like a real relationship. And then I receive a phone call. And I kind of know who it is, you know. But he's a nurse, so I pick it up because I don't want to hide. And I hear, hello, Robyn? Do you know who this is? No. She says, this is Kimberly. I am the girlfriend of the man you have been fucking. And I just want to let you know that we've been screwing non-stop for 2 days straight, not using protection. So I hope you have, because I don't want any diseases. Click. And so I'm like, whoa. I mentioned I was 27, right? And oh, he's 43, and so is she. And I'm in way over my head, and I decide, okay, I gotta get rid of this guy, and I do, and I'm thinking, you know, this is great, this is like I'm growing up, right? And he has to leave the country, his visa runs out, she kicks him out of the house, I'm feeling safe until one day, my dog starts to frolic with 2 other dogs I see far off in the distance, and as they come closer, I realize they're Roberto's dog, but Roberto is in France, and who comes around the corner but a very tall, Amazonian-looking woman, bulging eyes, ashen skin. It's Kimberly. And she's marching towards me, and I'm thinking, stay cool, she doesn't know who I am. I know who she is because of the dogs. Just stay cool. And as she comes closer, she smiles like a normal person would. But then she sees the fear in my eyes. And she starts to penetrate my gaze, like she can read my mind. And then she says, hello, Robyn. And I don't say anything. I pretend I don't speak English. I just keep walking. And then when she's out of sight, I run to the bottom of the hill to my apartment, close the door behind me, and think, what am I going to do now? But folks, guess what? That's only the beginning, okay? Because this she-woman starts stalking me. I swear to God, I mean, I thought I was going crazy until I get another phone call, and I pick it up, and all I hear is, and I'm like, Kimberly, what do you want? And she goes, this is Kimberly. And I click, hang up, and I call my therapist. And I'm like, Peter, you have got to help me. I have a stalker. And he says, you gotta say you're sorry. I'm like, what? She's crazy. You have no idea who I'm dealing with here. He said, this is your bed, you gotta lie in it. So I said, I can't face her. He said, write a note. So I'm like, all right. So I write a fucking note. And it says, Dear Kimberly, I'm so sorry for all the pain I caused you. I hope you find peace. Like, leave me the fuck alone. And I march up to Runyon Canyon, and surprise, there she is, lying in wait. And I hand her the note, and she opens it, and she reads it in front of me, and she says, thank you. You know, that must have taken a lot of courage. And I walk away, and I'm free. I'm free, and I'm like ecstatic, you know? And I'm so happy. I sit down next to a stranger, and I start telling him the whole story, and then Skeletor starts walking back up the path. And she goes, And I'm like, listen, I'm not leaving this park. And she's like, sit over there. So I sit over there. And she says, what did you mean by I hope you find peace? And I said, don't we all want to find peace? Isn't that what we want? And then she says, how old are you? And I said, I'm 27. She raises her hands up high. I totally freeze. And she goes, whew. She's inches away from my face. She goes, shame on you. And she walks away. And that's when I started to grow up and started to walk my dog on leash. Thank you very much.